Hey guys, Tatiani Favors here, your tax business coach. And in this video, I'm going to introduce to you all the tax industry, okay? Especially for those of you all who are considering entering into this industry. I think it's very important for you to know how taxes became what they are, how tax professionals make an impact not only on our communities, but on the economy and how you can get a slice of this pie, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about how taxes became, okay? Let's go back historically and because I think it's very important for you to understand how we even came up with the whole taxation industry. Okay. So the concept of taxation, it actually dates back to ancient civilizations. And so early tax systems were developed in Egypt and Mesopotamia and Greece and in Rome. And they actually served as means to fund public works, to fund wars, and to be frank, fund the ruling class's lifestyle. And, I think that's still happening today, but you did not hear that from me, okay? But back in those times, the taxes were levied in various forms, including labor, okay? Later on, it became a more monetary system. Fast forward a little bit, the modern tax system began to take shape during the Middle Ages in Europe when they started to introduce tariffs and when they started to introduce tolls, okay? And then, of course, it made its way into the United States during the Civil War. But it was ultimately Amendment 16 that was confirmed in 1913 that established what we know as the federal income tax system of today. Okay. So I want to take a look at the players in the modernized taxation industry because when we talk about the modernized taxation industry, we refer to these professionals as tax professionals. But I want you all to understand that tax professionals just aren't tax preparers. They are the professionals that you see on your screen right now. And they include CPAs, which is short for certified public accountants, tax attorneys, enrolled agents, and of course, tax preparers. And they provide services to individuals, businesses, and organizations. And when you think about these services, what they do is they ensure compliance with tax laws. They help minimize tax liabilities and they offer advice on tax related decisions that individuals, organizations, and businesses must make. Okay. You all can take a screenshot of this slide. Because again, I want you to know that if you're not a CPA or a tax attorney, which requires formal education, aka college, a 4-year degree, plus you have to pass certain exams, then you can actually become an enroll agent if you want to represent your clients if they get audited either state or federal wise. Okay. If you want to get into tax resolution, you can become an enrolled agent, which only requires an exam. Okay. If not, you can be a tax preparer or a consultant. There's nothing wrong with that. You also still make a huge impact on the economy. And I want to talk about the importance of tax professionals in today's economy because we really play a crucial role in today's economy for several reasons. We act both as vital advisors to individuals and businesses and as the key players in the implementation of tax laws and regulations. And so I want to now go into why and some of the reasons why tax professionals are so important. Okay. Again, take a screenshot of this slide because it's important for me to convey to you all that when you enter into this industry, it's more than just tax preparation and one-off services. Okay, I prepare your taxes and you give me money for doing so. Actually, if we take 1,000-foot view of the taxation industry and the role that tax professionals play in this industry, you'll see how important tax professionals actually are in this industry for a numerous of reasons, for various reasons. And let's go ahead and get into some of these reasons now. With compliance with tax laws, okay? Tax professionals ensure that individuals and businesses comply with complex tax laws and regulations, and it helps them avoid legal issues and penalties for non-compliance. They stay updated on the latest tax codes and legislation, which changes frequently. Okay. So, also tax planning and savings. Okay. Through strategic planning, tax professionals can help clients minimize their tax liabilities and maximize potential savings, okay? And this involves advising on deductible expenses, different credits, investment strategies, things of that nature, okay? Let's talk about economic advising. Tax professionals often act as economic advisors. How? By providing insights into financial decision making, okay? They help businesses and individuals make informed choices about investments, about business expansion, and personal finance management. How? Because when these businesses and organizations and individuals have to think about making those type of decisions, tax professionals are there considering the tax implications of each decision that these people and entities must make. Also, audit assistance, okay? And in the event of an audit, a tax professional can represent their client before taxing authorities, whether it's federal or state, okay? Fostering economic growth. We're getting really deep into it now because we definitely do foster economic growth by assisting businesses with tax efficient strategies. Okay. Tax professionals contribute to the overall economic growth because they help businesses optimize their financial resources, which can be invested and reinvested in expansion and job creation and innovation. Okay. Let's talk globalization. Let's talk globalization. As business expands globally, which is definitely happening, and the complexity of of managing tax obligations across different jurisdictions increases, tax professionals provide guidance on international tax laws. Okay. This helps businesses navigate cross-border taxation issues and avoid double taxation. Let's talk about technology integration, okay? Which in this day and age, technology and the integration of technology into the tax preparation and planning industries, it really is offering different opportunities and challenges for tax professionals and tax clients, okay? But we as tax professionals are actually at the forefront of adopting tax software and digital platforms that's improving efficiency, that's improving accuracy, that's improving security for our clients. Okay. And let's talk about public revenue. Okay. Public revenue. By ensuring that taxes are correctly calculated and paid on time, tax professionals play a direct role in contributing to public revenue. So we're talking about funds, public funds that help infrastructure from education to healthcare, transportation, public safety, okay? Because we ensure that taxes are paid on time, not only on an individual basis, but on an organizational basis, on a business basis, it is important to understand that economically, we are an integral part of that, okay? Now, it's also important because I don't want to talk too high level, but I want you all to understand the importance of tax professionals in today's economy. It's also important for me to mention that every tax preparer doesn't specialize in every role that I just mentioned. Okay. You have some tax professionals who specialize in international tax and globalization and things of that nature, but that doesn't necessarily have to be you. Okay. So don't look at this list and count yourself out and say, you know what, that sounds way too fancy. I don't want to be responsible for globalization and fostering economic growth. Okay. Your impact could be as simple as helping out your community understand their tax circumstances better. Okay. That's how I started. I just wanted to help my community understand taxes better. I am especially when I first got started in this industry, I was a young Black female, and the authorities on taxation and tax preparation were older white men, just to keep it 100% frank. I learned the taxation industry. I learned the IRC, which is the Internal Revenue Code. I actually do have my bachelor's degree in accounting. And so I really studied the IRC. I was a geek about it because I was interested in it. And I brought it back to my community because I felt that my community would be more comfortable talking about things like taxation with someone who looked like them, who could speak their language versus, someone um versus quite frankly, an older white male. It would be more beneficial to my community for me to say the exact same things that these older white men were saying, but in a way that my community could resonate with. Okay, so don't think that your tax business has to be this whole international, globalization, all of that. You can just start with your community. Okay, you can just start with your community. The goal here, though, is to paint a picture of how tax professionals are indispensable to the smooth functioning of the economy. Okay. They not only ensure legal compliance and optimize financial situations, but we are an integral part in the way the economy currently functions. Okay. So I want you all to understand that. Now that we know that tax professionals are essential and, we essentially make the world go round, okay, I want to peel back some more layers and discuss some emerging trends in the taxation industry. Because if you are talking about and thinking about entering into this industry, you want to be hip to not only what's happening now, but what's going to be happening on in the future and how you can enter into it. Okay. So let's go. We're going to go over these bullet points briefly, like we did before. You can take a screenshot of this slide to keep it in front of mine, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, emerging trends, digital transformation, okay? Technology is revolutionizing the taxation industry, period, point blank, okay? We have automation, we have artificial intelligence, we have cloud computing. Okay. All of these things are streamlining tax preparation, compliance, and making processes more efficient. Okay. And they're also reducing the likelihood of errors. And these technologies enable tax professionals to focus more on other things like strategic planning and advisory services because we don't have to pay attention so much to various errors and things of that nature. And I'm comparing this to back in the day when people used to prepare taxes on paper. I've been in the industry for 19 years. When I learned how to prepare a tax return, even when I was in college, I learned how to prepare a tax return on via paper. Before the software started to take over, I know how to prepare a tax return on a piece of paper on the actual form. Okay. So we went from preparing tax returns on the actual form to all of this digital transformation that we see now. It is a thing and it's going to continue, especially with the introduction of artificial intelligence, aka AI. Okay. Let's talk about remote work and services. Listen, guys, COVID-19, the pandemic, it really accelerated the trend toward remote work and digital delivery of tax services. Okay. This shift has expanded the market for tax professionals and it really allows us to serve clients across broader areas, okay, without the need of physical offices or face-to-face meetings. Okay, let's talk about cybersecurity because with the tax industry's digital transformation, cybersecurity has become a paramount concern. Okay, tax professionals and firms are investing in robust security measures to protect the sensitive data of our clients from breaches, from cyber attacks, and all of those things. Okay. Let's talk about regulation and compliance, the increase of regulations and compliance, because as governments worldwide strive to increase revenue, combat tax evasion, and all of those things, there has really been a surge in regulatory requirements, including international tax laws, globalization, things of that nature, because businesses are starting to pop up every day. Businesses are start to cross over certain jurisdictions. And so there is a need for increased regulation and compliance. Okay. Let's talk about sustainable tax practices, because there's a growing emphasis on sustainability and social responsibility in tax practices. Like, let's just keep it funky, okay? Because tax strategies, the different tax strategies that you might hear these social media gurus talk about and all of that, they are increasingly becoming more evaluated for both impact but also fraud. Okay. Because as people are starting these businesses, going across jurisdictions, internationally, globally, things of that nature, fraud is appearing more. And these tax strategies, while they might sound okay in theory, some of them are just illegal. Let's just put it out there, okay? Let's talk about the taxation of the digital economy, okay? Because with the rise of digital economy, it presents new challenges for us tax professionals, actually. And so, what do I mean by this? We have digital goods and services now. We have cryptocurrencies. We have remote workers, okay? And the tax authorities are developing new rules every day to address these certain challenges. And it requires us as tax professionals to stay informed and always adaptable, always ready to pivot, always ready to make sure that we are in compliance with the new way of doing things. Okay. Let's talk about client advisory services. Okay. Because there's a shift from traditional tax preparation into a more holistic approach. And that includes, in addition to tax preparation, financial planning, business advisory, consulting services, things of that nature. Okay. And it really shapes the trend of having the tax professional be a trusted advisor, okay, who can really offer guidance beyond tax compliance, okay? So that's something to look into. And of course, globalization, okay? As businesses continue to operate on a global scale, there is a growing demand for tax professionals who understand international tax laws and who can provide guidance on cross-border transactions and operations. Okay. And so, as you are considering entering into this industry, there are so many ways and so many different pockets that you can enter into. Okay. You just have to figure out what you want to do, where your passion lies, and the impact that you want on your community, the economy, whether that's globally, locally. You have to figure that out. And so, what does all of this mean? Okay. What does all of this mean? It essentially means that these trends, they indicate that the tax industry is becoming more technologically driven, okay? B, globally interconnected, and C, more strategically focused, okay? Tax professionals need to adapt to these changes by developing new skills, by leveraging technology, okay, and by staying abreast of the evolving tax landscape to provide valuable services to your clients, okay? So, in conclusion, this is the makeup of what the taxation industry has morphed into and what we can expect more of in the future, okay? If you want to enter into this industry, there are many places for you to land. There are many places for you to take advantage of. And with a solid strategy in place, you can be very successful in this industry. Listen, guys, I really hope this video helps you understand where we once were, where we are now, and where we will be in the future. And if you have any questions or need any help starting, building, or scaling your profitable and sustainable tax business, definitely click the link below, hop on my calendar. Let's talk about it, okay? All right, y'all. Until next time, peace.